Hello and welcome. Right, this really is sort of my maiden voyage. I've got my graphic settings all on my new sort of rig. Yeah, it started to overheat. My old one did. So this is. I did have a bit of a go on it yesterday, but like not proper. This is now I've like tweaked the graphics. I'm just seeing if like everything's. It's still the same graphics card because I'd already sort of bought that a few months back. So that it was, to take over from my gaming laptop that was no longer managing, under the heavy load of FS25. So yeah, this is really a good system. What's left? Oh no, it still is allowing you to do it because you're sort of like half width. In fact, if anything, I'm a little bit over. Yeah, I can't wait till we can afford the field on the left. Then we'll get all this bit of land as well. But it is a bit of a, I'm going for the ones that are a little closer first. Please, have I already done this? No, I think it's just cultivated, isn't it? You get this finish when you do the stone picker. It goes really pretty, which then you can hardly differentiate between what you're doing and also my seeds are going down, which is always a good sort of thing that. It's working really. Now then, do we need to set anybody else going? Because we do really need to, so, 117 has never been used. Did we actually, have we ever done anything there? Oh, it's ready, isn't it? pH value perfect as well. We did, excellent. So September morning we can actually we're going to obviously do wheat again. It's one of those crops that is a cheap crop, as in like value of it is not too good anyway, so we will do that one. So 119 though, we could actually set one of the biggies going with the we've got one that's just got it behind it, so why not grab that one? Right, smashing. Still a bit of jerkiness, but then I wouldn't expect it to be. I've made a few adjustments just to try to. I did this a long time ago. A few tweaks just to sort things out. So we've got the straw in. We missed a bit here, but we did actually. But it wasn't. That's not too terrible. We'll set a normal worker going on these because they are more than adequate. That's why we're sort of poor, isn't it? Because we are shifting our animals. We are indeed. Right, so then let's go up to the store. Let's grab you. Oh, you're actually the furthest away, but let's go and grab the Noah, I think, and we should shift our animals to their new home. Now, I'm not sure with this if I've tweaked the amount of wall and all that type of thing, so see if we can also grab. I doubt we can. There's not much front equipment that we've got at the shop. It's all draggy stuff. It always tickles me, this stop. Why? But I will be good. But nevertheless, you can see why I want to knock it down all the time. Because it doesn't make a lot of sense. We do seem to have lost the fence thing that's doing that. You can see them being built all the time. I can see some slight fluctuation in the distance, but that's not too terrible. Right, so then, and again, another stop sign. Now this one I can see the points of. Indicate. Oh no, that's lights. Why do I always do that? I don't always. It's one of those things. I go through spates of where I remember it right for a bit, and then I sort of forget a little bit. No, it's on this road definitely. We won't run you over, honest. I do like the lights on this one. Oh, we've actually got that as well, haven't we? So what we could do with, because this is soon going to be moaning, is telling the fork truck. Well, it's not. It's a telehandler. What fork? Why do I call it a fork truck? I have no idea. Let's stick these to one side as we did on the original, because we're not doing terribly well in finding the equipment that actually fits this, are we? We've not got much, but it is what it is. You don't always get these, but I thought it was all Colossus stuff that's dropping, but we've not had any Colossus itself. I don't think. No, I think I would have probably treated as though, even if it was to go into debt, if the price was right. That's the other thing. Obviously, sometimes you can have a absolutely awful price, and then you think, well, I'd say that's about right. Ooh. Ooh, that's not really what... Why do I do... That's what I wanted to do, to actually drop it. That makes sense. That didn't. Right, so we've got a header. And we've also got that beautiful truck, which I don't think that can grab that piece of equipment. I know it's not quite square, but... Right, so we have those two pieces of equipment. Yeah, we'll need to especially come up for the header, won't we, really, I think? Right, so then, we will repair you, though. I did start his engine. It's a bit of a peculiar colour, but the strange thing is it actually does match. Yeah, the colour, it's sort of the two colours do match, which is unusual. Usually a bright pink and it's horrible, or... why have we not got my little mark on there? We have. Ah, we're not actually in the... We're not in the catchment area. It has to be here. Repair, yes. I do like this a lot. I know I've said that, but I do. It's obviously, like all of these type of things, can't carry too big a one, really. But, yeah. Apart from that, it's not too terrible. So then we want the Noah. I think it's probably the most reasonable type one for this job, I think, of the ones we've got so far. Yeah, we've not got too many of these, but I suppose, again, sometimes the modders, if there's something already exists in game, you'd like, well, why would I need to create it? The Noah seems to me to represent that sweet spot. I mean, that's a cracker, but it's just a little, like, 3 times the size. Although it is cheap and it is small, it really is, yeah. So I think this definitely represents the best value for money. Now, please tell me we hadn't already leased it down at this our place, and I've not got 2 of these. Oh, we have as well. Oh my life! I've gone straight past that. So let's return this show. At least I tell you what we'll do then. Being as I've been such a blighter, isn't that amazing? I must have known subconsciously that that was right for me to say that, and I'd forgotten consciously because it got that why would I say that unless I subconsciously knew that I was right? It was one of those things where your brain is like trying to say, you've already done this. I have, it's true. Right, let's get this on our fields, because it is about time that it was taken across. Although really, I've got to be honest, this is a bit of a nightmare scenario, taking something like this down the roads, but yeah. Oh, I don't think we can quite get there. Oh, we can just. So we will repair you too. Oh my life. Tractor was nearly as bad as the right, so let's follow. No, we'll take this. We'll get that to follow us, I think. So it's a little better. We will yeah, I think we'll have that off camera delivered, the header, if I'm honest. Yeah, it seems very jittery. I think this is... I've got both processors going for different aspects of... I did this before. It doesn't work too badly, but I think it's the... I found before the AMD type thing. It's like got these lots of things called anti-lag and stuff like that, which I found they were all awful. But it's better if they're not switched on. It does cause this kind of like almost this little jump in. So I'm going to try tweaking them and see if it is that. It could be the NVIDIA, the proper NVIDIA card, the discrete graphics card as well. So we need to like find out which it is. I've knocked a few settings down, so nothing like special, but I'm just trying to optimize. I think the other thing is to reduce. I've gone super 4K, like the top end 4K, not the normal what everyone considers 4K. That's a little less. So again, I'm trying to sort of get that balance between quality, where I'm not in any way, shape or form neglecting quality, which I'm not. I've tweaked things down to sort of like a reason, but also like not to jitter and lag and all that type of stuff is equally, it is important. So yeah, to get a smooth experience that doesn't reduce. Yeah, I've not reduced anything like the quality of the graphics everywhere is high, super high, all of that type of stuff. Textures high, you know. I've not. It's the only thing that's a little bit, which I often sacrifice, is the clouds. They're on like medium now, so they look a bit fluffy and distancy and like not quite as realistic. But I'm thinking it's something I'm willing to sacrifice. So I've got fluffy clouds. That's all really. And then we will carry on with that field. Is this the yeah? This is the one that's slightly too long. This is the original model. It is, however, it does work with potatoes now. So, it does it. I think this one's special. I think this was everything. I think I tweaked it one time, and by mistake, that I thought it was tweaking the other one, as in the XML, but I was tweaking this one. So I think this one does everything, I think, including new vegetables. It should sort of say, but obviously it's got a small hopper. Do I keep this or no? I think we will keep this too. Yeah, this one often also pops up as well in the sales, but it is my original model. But again, I do like it for the fact that it is the original model. Yeah. So I presume this is probably our last cut that we did last session. This one's a bit of a difficult one to actually stack anywhere, because it is a little bit sort of big, really. It's a bit. It takes up rather a lot of shed space, is my point. Right, let's grab you. Now that we've got you, thank you very much, young lady, for your assistance. We should check the value of the things that we've actually got, and I am looking forward to using the map rosette again. I mean, I know I've used it, but let's put that there, and then we shall see. I think we've done some jobs. It's a bit. It's not too terrible. I think we're probably, yeah, we're on the fence a little bit. I mean, no, it's not terrible. It's a big piece of equipment, this, really. Right, so our work is doing very well. Let's crack on with it. In fact, let's set our worker going. They can actually do the... Oh, are we on grass? Oh, no, that's right. Yeah. Oh, no, that's right. They can't find the field, can they? Yeah, for some reason, I've never known them. I've never seen that error before. But because it's a finished field by every stretch of the imagination, really. So I have no idea why they're being awkward. Yeah, it's... Yes, I... also spoke to JMGaming the other day, and it's actually using quite a bit of... yeah, he is bringing Vouillet Normandy. It's one of my favourite maps he did, really. I think it's one of those very authentic. Again, another one that he got a bit slated for. I did sort of have a word with him about it, but he is a bit like Oxygen David. He's gonna do what he thinks is right, and you know, that's it. So yeah, I do wish he'd smooth his fields a bit. It's one of those sort of things. I would say that people like always think, oh, I've got to smooth the fields, that type of thing, and obviously people are, you know, not understanding. I know JMGaming as a friend, so therefore, you know, I would put up with things, and I've also got a lot of respect for him as a map maker. Right, so I think this pretty much this small bits. Well, actually, the easiest way is to actually, yeah, I thought so. I thought there was a patch I'd missed, or that widened out, so therefore I missed the middle. So yeah, there's. I hope that it doesn't translate, but there's a bit of like jitter, a bit of what. This is the thing. It's got these features like anti-tear and stuff like that, but I find that that's exactly what it's doing, and yet it doesn't do it without that feature being enabled. So, to me, it's sort of like the feature's doing what it says it's supposed to fix, is what I've always found. So I switch it off because I think, well, it doesn't do what you say on the tin at all. It's a load of rubbish. And you're using processing power to actually do this load of rubbish that's not a thing. Right, so, yay, fantastic. Oh, do we miss a bit? I think it's where it will be where the sheepfold is, I would say. That's not a bad size. It is a bit bigger than... Yeah, it is. That's not too bad. Yeah, I must have a look at this, though, because something's weird's gone inside with the doors inside. Let's put a bit of concrete down. Do we level that bit as well? I would say that concrete is supposed to be the level bit, so yeah, I would say so too. Let's get that done now. I'm gonna say I did press the buttons, honest. It's a bit so it's this bit here, and the level bit is just from there, I would say. Yeah, if we come out like that, if we go a little bit bigger, that might be a bit helpful. Go right level with that, because the other thing is obviously this is where the trigger is, and like the food bits and that, and it's always bad if you my life is running away with us a bit, isn't it? The cash. Oh yeah, it needs to be really flat as a pancake in that place, and maybe a little bit just there as well. Oh, watch the stones. We do know it does its. And then if we soften small, just to like blend the two levels in, I always find it's its best then, because you've got to, for like your ability to go up it like a ramp, otherwise it's quite awful. Right, I think that's not too terrible. Now, we also, yeah, I don't want it to be that stuff, because it's horrible when it gets wet. So even if it does cost me a little bit more, then let's do it. And I do like concrete pebbles a lot. Be careful with that pile of stones, or I will ruin it. Right, smashing. That was before our eyes. You'll see it disappearing, and it'll go back to fully formed. It's very strange. It is, but there's a lot of strangeness about this game, really. So, right, let's get these animals shifted. No, we could use you, but we're going to go for a bit bigger, I think. Oh, what's going to grab my flatbed then for some reason? Yes, this was a choice to come on this map. I was going to like go on one, and I thought, just choose one that you want to go on. So then, let's go on OakCity then. So let's get this shifted. This is the #1 job. I think what we're going to do is we're going to fill the food with grass that we buy, and then we're going to transfer the bales as the top-up type thing. It's typical, we've not long done this, right? So I believe these are at the back, I think, if I remember rightly. Sure, it's about where the bales are, just in this back place about here, I think. Yes, it is. So then we want, it doesn't really matter. Let's go for our biggies first, because obviously it's going to take, we want out as well. So 13, indeed. Move to the trailer. Yes, please. Right, I'm going to time-lapse this because it is always a mega boring, I find, for everybody watching this kind of a thing. Silly P used to always do it. And again, it's not one of those things, isn't it? Because as I said, I'm not trying to have a go at Silly P either. It was one of the things he used to do. He's got a few trademark things that people would have expected him to do, and that was one of them, really. Whereas to me, I think, oh my life, it takes so long. But obviously we're shifting, so this is different. Yeah, let's move the door on this outside, and so that means we're going to see the animals. So I apologise for this in advance. It does need a bit of tweaking. Oh no, it has got a fence. Yeah, it has these. Yeah, actually, I don't mind seeing that. It's not too terrible. It's a bit more. Should be somewhere. Unless I haven't quite done it right. Oh, no, this is the maiden voyage of this. So let's just, yeah, let's stick a zone marker so I can see. I mean, I remember doing that, but zone marker on. So yeah, that is there. So that's for that. So it really should be. Is it still inside? Because obviously it got stretched, so that would naturally mean that they are over there. Right, that's not really a good enough place for us to actually pick them up. That's gone back. It goes to show how big I stretched it. It's right the way back there. It's like it's not shifted. Right, it appears I've got to pop out and edit, so I'm going to be right back. Yay. We are in business. We are, yeah. I've also put the doors back. It was the outside doors actually that were inside. So, and I also got the triggers all right and everything. So, and the handles are. This one's not quite. Not quite. It's sort of in the right place each, but they need adjusting slightly. I don't know how they've done that. So yeah, the other thing is I've not got my where it draws the ground and levels it. You can see if you don't do that right, I've not adjusted that, as you can see, so we're going to manually do that for this time. And I knew there'd be some I forgot. I knew it as I was looking in there, so we need to just like do that, and then it sort of gets rid of any grassing stuff like that, which is of course why it really does that in the first place, so that you can't see any weirdness inside. I mean, not that we have much cause to go in, but it does look a little odd if you see these things coming through. There's a bit just there as well, where this is. So let's just do that. I'm not sure about the bush. We might, oh no, that should, if we do a bit of painting, the bush should disappear too. It's just a bit of grass. Yeah, that should do nicely. Yay, fantastic. So, and we need to just do a little bit of leveling to get rid of the grass that was in there as well, I should say. Should have done that. Oh, not quite. It did do that bit, but there's a bit missing by the door that we can also see is, yeah, not quite. Right. Yeah, so I must adjust that as well. Fantastic. That's not too terrible. Not too shabby at all. So the world is in order. My sheep place is now a proper sheep place. Yeah, I always like to tweak things naturally, because there's always things, if you do the stretching method that I do for those things that are allow it, you can't do with vehicles very often, but yeah, it's obviously takes everything out of kilter. So it really is the same thing, but obviously the texturing is completely different as well. When I say it's the same thing, it's not really. So we want to move all of them. Move to husbandry, yes. Right, I believe I said we would. Yeah, we did. Let's go back into that time lapse, because it's going to take a while. I have switched the AMD, so it's no longer any jittering. Now is down to the NVIDIA processor, graphic GPU. So yeah, I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. 。 . 。  . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 .
。 .
side. Right, I think that's not a terrible thing. That did take a lot longer than I thought it would, but it is a big move, really. So at least the enclosure's back in a working position now. Obviously I might need to tweak the wool, because it's obviously got the amount for the last one, which was the 8 stacks. So just want to see if, like, we need to, yeah, if anything's good for selling price. Now I've adjusted things a little, I think, so that my, yeah, so this is still March though, so I haven't adjusted the rope. I thought I had. Close, they are 7, price 8129, and the max price is 12, so again a lot of fluctuation. So really polyactic acid as well is now building up, so yeah, we're really actually good. So next session I think we'll go through to September, because I'd like to see about the yeah, but to get us ready to do this field, I think, is what I'm thinking. So let's go through till, just check the sales as well. Yeah, sometimes things drop, and even though it seems like a bad idea, yeah, no, it's 9 o'clock. Yeah, that took an awful lot longer than I thought, but it does. I know it does. It's a big move, though. It is important, I think. And obviously we've sold the old enclosure, and we did get a bit of cash. I didn't think we'd get anything back, but about under half value. So, which you'd think that was always the golden rule with the FS anyway. Although sometimes some of my productions I've got nothing for, and I'm like, why am I getting 0? Makes no sense at all. But yeah, so we should find that our animals are still. Let's shut this door as well. Well, not quite the trigger. I should know where it is. I just moved it. It's in the middle of the room. That's not too terrible. Maybe a touch. It's a little tiny. Obviously, bear in mind it's not quite the right. It's yeah, it needs some making a little bit bigger. Although I have seen doors with that much of a gap, but I don't wish my doors to be having that big of a gap. So it's not terrible though. Ooh, it's a lot bigger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're gonna have an awful lot more. You need your chevrons adjusting a little. They're a little bit big, and yeah, probably just moving them left a little, I think, will do it. Although, to be honest, I think that will compensate. Yeah, let's be honest, we're going to need, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it would have been 8, so it's not bad. Let's have a look as well. Animals, they should be happy again. Yeah, they are. It's full maximum. The meadow's obviously fairly big as well. So reproduction 80, that's why I wanted to shift them now, because obviously we're due to, so they've just given birth to that 3 there. Excellent. So, wow, we was lucky we moved it then. Health 90%. Oh wow, we've got up 90% as well. So yes, in a few months, this set at the top, and then a couple of months afterwards, then all 3 of those will give birth. So how many have we actually got at present then? You need to be here standing in the circle, don't you, to see how many out of how many. So nearly 400, 178 animals we've got, 386 is the top that we are allowed. The food is bigger. I thought, oh, have you just left it as it was? I actually remembered to do it. So let's have a look at how our businesses are doing as well, because I would imagine Super Rope Maker as it's all outside, isn't it? Let's just go and have a quick look, and then I am going to sling my hook. And next session we will get on with doing the seeding. I think we'll use both the seeders. Yeah, I think we'll literally use the 27 meter and the little one. So yeah, I don't want to be. Is this a second growth stage? So we have 3 sets of 5-ton ropes, that is a phenomenal, and 1 set of 5-ton clothes, 5,000 litre clothes. So not bad at all. Right, so that's where I'm going to leave it. Yeah, so quite important things for the farm, definitely. Got that fet. The amount of stones in here, I think I'm going to leave it. It's not too terrible. Yeah, I thought that looked a bit lonesome, that one piece of fence that we obviously originally put for that one down there. Yeah, I'm not that keen on this. Let's shift an entire fence and not be reimbursed for it, and then you've got to put an entire fence back down. It's a bit awful, really, and there's absolutely no control at all. You'd think it'd be at least like both. And don't get me wrong, I know you could argue, oh yeah, but it could get really laborious. It could, but that's the price of control, isn't it? Sometimes it's I suppose happy medium. Is it the best way? Maybe. I suppose it's then mega expensive to replace, isn't it? Really, but hey, I suppose you can't really win, right? Oh, that is a point. Yes, we could. Oh no, that's not a bad thing to actually do, is it? That's a biggie. I think we will. We can't afford that one. Let's do that one first. Now then, also, I do realise that I've been walloped for costs. I thought, oh, let's do it off camera, because then nobody will see. And then we've gone through to the next day, and it's cost us. So let's return that. Yes. I think yeah, and let's go down the store. Let's do a little bit of wheelie dealing. So. The Fiat is 150 horsepower, is it? Yeah, I do like it. 3,000's not bad for 150 horsepower. It would be nice to have another manufacturer other than Fendt. It's my main sort of thing about doing. I know we've got a case now as well. What I mean is to widen out a little bit. 150 horsepower is not too terrible. It's one of the bit of a slow ones, but not as bad as it used to be. Does it? Actually see, yes, I think I'd prefer that, even if it means me paying for a little bit of extra metal. It seems a bit expensive though, £1,000 for that much. So 38,030, or do we just sell it? No, we will buy it, I think. So, but let's do that one first, and the solid stand. So we can do both because we can afford both. Do a little bit of buying and selling, and then next session we will get all of the proper work done. I mean, the animals don't need feed out, so I really do love. Let's just grab you. We do need your assistance. We could sort of grab the girl. Yeah, it's not big. It's not too terribly big, is it? So yeah. So JMGaming is busy working on VA Normandy. He basically showed me the. He said it's just the beginning of the beginning. Literally, they are his words, and it was. He just showed me the contours of the map, and it just did go to prove to me just how it's a beautiful map. Even with just, you can see all the contours of all the roads on the map and all the rest, all of that. And I thought, it really looks so realistic. It really looks like a real place. You know, like with all the little tiny veins for the roads and all the rest of it. And I thought, so of course we've got we have everything on that. For once it's useful. You can actually see where we're going. Let's switch it off because I think we sort of know roughly where. And it's generous as well. So, yeah, let's switch that off. So that's another one of my enclosures now finished. So I've got a biggie. I'm going to do another cow one that's a bit bigger, but it's sort of always managed really with what I've for what we've needed. So 63. We can't quite do that. That's 64. Oh well, it was. Yeah, we tried, and we want to finances borrow. Oh, we got some debt. Didn't realise. Let's buy and sell you. Would have been nice if we could afford it, but I mean, we've got money coming up, but we have got a lot of bigger ones as well. Well, this is not really big, but it's not tiny either. Ooh, it's not a very good turning circle. It is a bigger tractor though. Cases are not necessarily the best actually at travelling. I've always found that at travelling. Travelling? Seriously? Right, so let's grab you. Not the best turning circle. That's let's phrase this completely different so it actually makes a bit of sense. Yes, the turning circle. I mean, I love the 7250 Pros, and they're real cracking goods. One of the, I always find, one of those, it was the tractor I underestimated enormously in FS19. Used to go on Ravenport so frequently at the beginning of the game, and I'd always sell the 7250 Pros as if they were like, you know, rubbish. And then in the end, I realised how good they were, and I sort of, from that point onwards, you started to use them because I think the configuration was something like 100 horsepower, and I thought, oh, they're weak tractors, but they weren't. They had the ability to be literally done to 250 odd horsepower. So yeah, we will go for the metal, and we do want 3-point as well. Standard wheels, I think, is okay. Now we need to be getting shut off our debt. And we're not going to have very much cash at all, but we have just bought a tractor. You can't have it always. 38,000. So not too bad for Ben. Obviously, you've. Let's just get this. I say it's not the fastest of tractors, but it'll do for a few jobs. It's not got a front loader, has it either? It's got a front and a back 3-point link. That in my this I know this has not got a terribly good turning circle, but I wouldn't have expected anything more. Now I hope this has not got that reversing glitch, because if it is, it will be selling it as quick as we bought it. Yeah, I'm hoping that that's been done away with, but unfortunately sometimes they just convert them and they have the glitch that they've always had, so we do indeed want to repair it. So that is where I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave this up here because you never know. It could well be something in a session or two that we actually buy that we might need, like a roller or something like that. Right, so we're down to 37,000. Oh, we're on. No point in changing it now. Totally missed the fact we're on euros the entire session. My bad. Right, so all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.